To give us some pro tips on follow-up. All right, so we're talking about follow-up game, why it's so important, and you know, the importance of consistently being in people's faces, right? For any type of product, especially this. Yeah.
Is the mic on, by the way?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, cool. I always mess up with the mic. All right. So some numbers are 70% of all deals are done are on follow-up. And I think about 1 out of 10 agents never, 1 out of 10 agents ever do follow-up. So that means 9 of them never do it, 1 does. So that's just like a little premise. Basically no one does it, and it's so important. And the reason why is that at this market, it's just, in any market, getting to the people, getting to the dinner table, getting to the table of negotiation is the hard part. So once you're there, and the deal doesn't happen, there's a good chance that not a lot of people are getting there. So you have to be the one like constantly, like grinding them. All right, here's what we gotta do. Here's what's up. Here's how I can help you. Here's how we can pay more money. Here's how we can get you a listing. Here's how we can do that. You know, just gotta kind of like be in their face, because people just need that like attention. They need that time. Some people are not ready right now.
Yeah, that push. It's almost as if people who are on the fence and things like that, you need to push them to make a decision whether they want to do something or not. And if they want to do something, great. And if not, you know, that's all right too. And it's funny, we actually had a bunch of follow-up. One of the appointments we went on at first, well, I don't want to say the address, but one of the appointments we went on that Jules went on at first, you know, we thought that the contract, that they was under contract and things like that. And we, you know, through some follow-up and touching up base with them again, it revived itself. Sure enough, we got it for $30,000 cheaper than what they had under contract for with the last guy.
And I would probably bet that some of our biggest deals ever were on follow-up. Yeah, I mean, I don't know off the top of my head, but I'd kind of bet that.
Yeah. And you think it's kind of like this unrealistic expectation that people have at first that causes the follow-up to be so powerful, meaning they'll go online and they'll look up on Zillow, they'll see a Zestimate or something, and then they'll think their house is worth a certain price. It takes them a few people, it takes them to hear from a few people what their house is actually worth for them to realize what they have isn't as great as it is, and basically the first one to jump on it. Right. What do you think on your take on that, I guess?
Right, so you gotta, the way I think about it is like if someone goes to shop a car, you know, the first thing they do is they go online and they look at some cars, right?
Check out the Carfax.
Yeah. They go on, like, let's say you want a BMW, you go on the BMW website, or maybe like or maybe like a BMW dealer near you. And this is what people are doing, right? So they're gonna go and maybe look on Zillow, what the houses are worth. Then they might take action and call, so now they're like getting ready. Or they might fill out the form online. But just because they do it to us means they do that to a lot of people. So the person who answers quickest, the person who has the best service, and the person who follows up gets it. That's pretty much it. Like
that's the name of the game.
Yeah, in all simplicity, and yeah, kind of like Kevin said, it's just being there. If you're there, after you go, before you go, meaning on the phone, you don't get a deal. In person, you don't get a deal. Gotta go like a lot of times.
Yes, and it's a relationship, right? Like you're nurturing that relationship long term, so like they know who you are, right? And just and you already know something about them too. But one time I remember my one of the guys I used to work for, he used to write really detailed notes, and he was like, he would write everything he could about what he knew about that person,
right?
Like kids, soccer games, this, that,
birthdays, all that stuff.
Yeah, he said once he had like once he talked to this person for about 2-3 months, he would know so much about them that they would feel guilty if they didn't buy, you know, if they didn't buy from him. Yeah, like, oh man, like, you know, like I care about your kids, like, you know, I care about, like, I've asked you so many things now. You're gonna go and do that with somebody else? Like, at least give me a chance, you know?
Yeah.
So, that was a good point.
That is good. And this real estate stuff is like a long tail sale, you know? Like, I heard you guys talking about like emotional and people, you know, it's a big investment, so it takes a while for people to make decisions sometimes. And so if you get to know them more, it's like what you said, it's like, and they'll feel guilty. It's like, yeah, that guy's offering you $5 grand more, but damn, you know, we spent 3 hours talking already. You know, I know about your kids, I know about the dog Fluffy and this and that. It's like, come on, you know? It's like that subconscious thing.
And they'll probably feel more comfortable that you're working more in their best interest to get something done since you've done all that legwork. They're gonna feel comfortable that basically you're gonna get to the closing table and everything's gonna follow through. You have the same relationship, same tie they feel towards you, you feel towards them. So it's a give and take. I think it's really powerful kind of connection.
And I feel like a lot of times it isn't even about the money. because you know, like even investors are like, it's the same range, right? It's only going to be 4,000 or 5,000 more, 4,000 or 5,000 less.
That's it.
And that's where anybody that's smart would get it at, right? So if it's not the money, it's the terms. The terms in the relationship that people have with you and that you're able to build with them, and you're only able to build terms once you dig out
what the thing is. Which we're talking about with Kevin today. When we had a little discussion on terms on how we can pay more for a house later through creative financing, and we told him like the main thing is we got to get the problem, and then how do we solve the problem using terms? Hey, I have to move to Orlando and I need 30,000 to do it. Cool. What about we give you 30,000 now so you can go do that, leave your mortgage in place, and then we'll give you 20,000 later when you buy your next house. So he's even getting more than what he thought, and all just because we understood, and it's still a good deal for us because of the terms that we generate. You know, in a year we'll probably sell it and make 50, etc. So yeah, understanding that. And if you didn't do it on the appointment because they were closed off, or on the phone because they were closed off, that is what you should use follow-up for. Try to use follow-up to dig a little bit more out of them so you can create a better scenario for the situation.
Awesome. Dude, we're good?
That was fantastic.
That was money.
I'm glad I got to be a guest on your show.
That's right. You guys, no, this is the Capital Rise internal team.
Oh, Capital Rise internal team. I like that.
Yeah. That's like the internal.
CRI internal.
Hey.
Crinternal.
Hey, CRI internal. It sounds good, right?
Have it on the walls.
Yeah. Sounds like sounds like some secret shit.
Yeah, it is, right?
Area
like
51,
This is super exclusive.
It's like the sauce of the actual appointments, right? Like the internal, like what's actually going on.
Yeah, like when you guys actually spoke to the seller about.
Exactly. Bolufe is like the Bolufe brand is more like Tulum, like Francisco, all over the world, right?
Chicks with tits and shit.
Internal is like all the back end work.
All the back end. The shit you don't see, man.
Hey, awesome.
All right, guys, another episode.